Hey, hello, Hope City. Welcome to the Daily Devo. Man, I'm going to unpack with you a life verse. One of the first times, and I want to share a little bit of the story for half a second, when you start to hear God's voice. And I just got saved. I was reading the Bible. I was 17 years old, and I was just in the Word, and I was super excited, and I came across this text. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 14. I want to read this to you, and we're going to kind of springboard from this, but I want to look at verses 13 and 14. In verse 13 says, "Be watchful, stand firm in faith, act like men, be strong. Let all that you do be done in love." And when I saw that everything we're supposed to be doing, it's got to be done in love. I remember taking this to different brothers and my elders at my church, and where I got ministered to and really grew in my faith. And this brother Frank Salerni, a big burly guy who was able to still do a backflip in his 40s, who had hands that would just be able to crush things. He pulls me aside and says, "Hey, brother, that is so exciting when God speaks to you." And that's when a light bulb came on, and I was like, wow, God spoke to me? And from that day on, 1 Corinthians 16:14 has been my life verse. Let all that you do be done in love. And I want to give that to you today because it's such a great truth in which to govern our life and to help reset our compass, to help navigate circumstances and situations we all find ourselves in where life comes at us hard and things are confusing, we don't understand it. I want to take this back a little bit, and the first thing is to be watchful. And so the admonishment is to have an eye to see, to be watchful. So what are we being watchful of? What do we want to be able to see? In this context, he says, be watchful and stand firm in the faith. So what we are to be watchful of is the things that will take and attack your faith, that is out there to destroy your confidence and your trust that God sees, that God is able to move, that God is able to do. So the admonishment here is that we need to be watched. We need to watch that and stand firm in the faith in Christ Jesus. Here's the beauty of that, is that in Christ Jesus is our identity, is our value, is who we are. His love, Him coming to the cross, dying for us, gives us everything. And God wants to constantly bring us into that place to balance that out. But we have a responsibility. Guard your faith, my trust. What is that? It's trust in God. We got to believe God, but you also must trust God. And you got to trust God in circumstances and situations that you don't understand, but you know that God has this. So when our eyes are upwardly directed and we focus, God is able to work. God is moving and He's going to be glorified. So stand firm like men, or stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. And this is an admonishment, and of course, it means show strength in this. Have resolve. Don't be a baby. Be a man in it. Stand up and stand firm in the confidence and firm in the faith that God has this, that Jesus is. And then He says, let all that you do be done in love. That should be our motivator. What should be our true north compass is first, does it glorify Jesus? Is this eyes, am I giving it to Jesus? Am I putting it back at the feet of Jesus? And then as I walk that out, and as we walk that out, God does beautiful things. But our faith, it's going to be attacked. And we have to be those that are watchful and we stand firm, and that our behavior in the challenge of those confrontations, of those faith moments that challenge your faith, those are moments where we want to let all that you do be done in love. Love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind, and love others. Love is what God has called us to. It is the higher calling, and it's the richness in which we're invited. So I pray that 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 14 would minister to your heart. Let all that you do be done in love. God bless you.